Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is Tuesday, October 10th, 2022. Monday Night Football from last night. The Raiders beat the Packers behind a great play by Max Crosby. Max Crosby was dominated. He had 5 tackles, 4 solo tackles, and 1 sack, and 4 tackle for losses, and 1 quarterback hit. Drives by teams. Punt for the Packers, punt for the Raiders, field goal for the Packers, punt for the Raiders, punt for the Packers. A touchdown play from Jimmy Garoppolo to Jacoby Myers, 9-yard touchdown. Extra point was good. After that, 7-3 score. Interception thrown. Jordan Love's pass was Richard Dobbs. Intercepted by Art Splain. Field goal to make it 10-3. Punt to make it still 10-3. Missed field goal by the Raiders. And end of half. Interception thrown by Jimmy Garoppolo to Jacoby Myers. Ford intercepted it for the Packers. Packers touchdown to make it 10-10. Punt by the Raiders. Field goal by the Packers 13-10. Touchdown Raiders 17-13. And an interception by Marcus Peters, the old Kansas City Chief. Punt, missed field goal, interception. 17-13 was your final score. And in baseball, the Twins beat the Astros last night. Braves over the Phillies. And D-backs take a lead of 2-0, 4-2, as the Dodgers continue their playoff struggles. Tonight, it will be the Rangers lead the Oilers after 11-8 win. Orioles. 11-8 win Rangers over Orioles. A Houston Twins win of 6-2, and series is tied at 1. And at 8:03 tonight, it will be the Orioles and the Rangers. With the Rangers up 2-0, it will be Dean Karmer and Nathan Alvaretti. And football this weekend, we look at Saturday's matchup. Mizzou losing to LSU. Kentucky after losing by 24 to Georgia. Mizzou looks to regain. I'll have Mizzou's Mavis Beacon making a field goal to win it late. And looks for revenge by both teams after a loss last weekend. Look at Ray Davis and Cody Shader at the running back position. Also look out for Luther Burden. Brady Cook will be the quarterback, and Evan Larry will be the quarterback for Kentucky. Oklahoma State Cowboys, the Kansas Jayhawks. Players to watch out for: Devin Neal and Ollie Gordon. Gordon had 136. Devin Neal had 154. Ollie Gordon had 136. Players to watch out for: the quarterback is Jaylen Daniels, but they're going to be without Jaylen Daniels, and it will be Jason Bean for Kansas, and for Oklahoma State, it will be Lynn Brown. That game kicks off at 2:30. Kansas State will play Texas Tech. Watch out for DJ Gardens and Taja Brooks. Also watch out for quarterback Will Howard and Tyler Gosago. DJ Goodens and TJ Bach are at the running back position. Kick is at 6. USC versus Notre Dame, one of the biggest matchups of the week. Notre Dame again, running back Marshawn Latter, Ostic estimate for the Irish. Quarterbacks Caleb Williams, who is projected to be number 1. Sam Hartman. Notre Dame has been good this year, but not as good as he expected to be. Notre Dame is 21. USC is 16. USC is undefeated. Rest of the top 25 games. Georgia versus Vanderbilt. 1. Georgia is favored by 31.5. Indiana, Michigan. Michigan is favored by 33.5. 11 o'clock, Ohio State, Purdue. Purdue is favored by 9. Ohio State is favored by 19.5. Florida State, Syracuse, 17.5 as a line. Kick is at 11. Arkansas, Alabama. Kick is at 11. Alabama by 19.5. Utah, California. Utah by 13.5. Penn State, Massachusetts. Utah by 42.5. Kick is at 2:30. Oregon 8. Washington number 7. Bo Nix, quarterback. And Michael Pinks for the Washington. And Bucky Irving. And Troy Franklin at the wide receiver position. Washington's Romy Artesian. Washington is favored by 3. 2:30 CBS, Tennessee, Texas A&M. Tennessee is favored by 3.5. Kansas, Oklahoma State. Kansas is 5-1. Oklahoma State is 3-2 and will host. 3 is a line. Louisville and Pittsburgh, who laid a beating on Notre Dame. Louisville is favored by 7.5. Kick is at 5:30. Arizona, Washington State. 8 is a line. Washington State is favored. Auburn, LSU. LSU 11. Kick is at 6. 6:30 USC, Notre Dame. Kick 6:30. Notre Dame is home and favored by 2.5. 6:30 ABC, North Carolina and Miami. North Carolina is favored by 3.5. North Carolina is undefeated. UCLA and Oregon State. Oregon State is 15. UCLA is 18. That's a 4-point line. And for players for Miami Hurricanes and North Carolina, players to watch out for: Drake May and Tyler Van Dyke. And for the running backs, Harrison Parrish Jr. and Orman Hampton. And for UCLA and Oregon, we look at the quarterbacks for Dante Moore and DJ Ukinloa. That game kicks Javante Studvit and Salsa Boyjan. You can also look at Carson Steele and Demon Martez. That game kicks off at 6:30. No. That USCLA in Oregon State kicks off at 7 on Fox. And at 7 p.m., NC State versus Duke, ACC Network. That game kicks off at 7. Now on to the NFL. We'll talk about Terrk Hill and if the Chiefs should have kept him. Well, was he a distraction? That would be the number one question, and I don't know the answer to that. Maybe only the Chiefs know the answer to that. His salary, though, was it worth it? Well, let's read off you the number. His salary would go up to last season as he wanted a new deal. Was it too much? I'll answer that question. Well, you decide. 4 years, $120 million contract with the Miami Dolphins, including a $25 million signing bonus, a $72 million guaranteed contract, average salary of $30 million. That's more and way more, and more than Chris Jones makes. Chris Jones is a quarterback of that defense, might you say, and a great player. And what he replaced with what the Chiefs don't have a lot of is defense. I never thought I would say this, but Chris Jones deserves to get his new contract. He has played outstanding with his 4.5 sacks and interrupting running play. Do the Chiefs gather enough picks for a Super Bowl? Well, they made it to a Super Bowl, and with all those picks and with all the cornerback producing and all the players secondary getting better and even better this year, the Chiefs won a Super Bowl It might have been worth it all to do it and win a Super Bowl without having Terrk Hill and having to worry about his current contract. We wouldn't have had the players we would have had if we would have traded Terrk Hill. So for the capital, it's worth it. We'll do an exercise of the best receivers in the game. Jamar Chase, sorry, Jefferson Justin, you don't get my vote. I did see the numbers too. They were pretty good, but I'd take Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson is number 2. Number 3 is Terrk Hill. And remember, the Chiefs also have Travis Kelce, who's the best receiver, one of the best tight end receivers during the game. He has maybe lost it a step, but he's still pretty good. Terrk Hill, I was trying to take somebody else, but I couldn't come up with anybody. Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs are my top 5 receivers. Chris Jones, which he's remaining the right amount of money right now, and I would give it to him unless they can tag him and work out or a bonus, but I don't think that's what Chris Jones will want. 4 weeks ago, I would have said no Chris Jones, but now I have changed my mind. Maybe no Tyron Smith if we sign Terrk Hill. Maybe no L'Jarius Sneed. Maybe still no L'Jarius Sneed. Trent McDuffie, and all these players in the trade and in the picks we wouldn't have gotten for Terrk Hill. So maybe a Super Bowl was worth it, and maybe the Chiefs wouldn't have gotten a Super Bowl with that players. Chris Jones, like a lot. Judy Smith Schuster was an important key to the players that the Chiefs had. I would look at some receivers for next year maybe, or that would be well served off the Chiefs. Judy, I know he has lots of numbers, but if he got a different quarterback than Russell Wilson and Mahomes, just think about how much it would be difference. And Mario St. Brown, Lions, this might be a player on the list that what would Mahomes be instead of Jerad Goff. Mike Evans, Buccaneers, wily veteran, not as good a player as he was at one time. Still think it would help. Jaylen Waddle, Miami Dolphins, one of the best second receivers in the game. DK Metcalf, players aren't as good as they used to be, but he's still good. Metcalf, maybe not getting younger at this point of his career. Ideas. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports.